everybody, and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a video for you, and it's kind of a discussion, but also telling you about the books that I DNF'd back in 2020. I've gotten a little bit better about DNFing books, but not as good as I probably could be. I used to never DNF books, like I would push through whether I liked them or not. And I've gotten a lot better about realizing, like, when it's time to quit a book, but sometimes I just, like, can't do it. So there are times where I still push through the really bad books because I always feel like the books could be redeeming by the end. But these were some that I DNF'd last year. One of them that I DNF'd was A Song Below Water. It was one that I was really anticipating, and I really thought that I was going to enjoy it. It was supposed to be, like, sirens meets contemporary fiction meets, like, social commentary, and I just found myself extremely bored, and I just felt like I couldn't understand what was really happening. I think it kind of had a magical realism element too that I just wasn't understanding and I couldn't really get into, and I kept being like, I'll pick it up, and then I just never really wanted to re-pick it up again. So that is one that I DNF'd last year. Feels Like Falling by Christy Woodson Harvey. This one broke my heart because I really liked her Peachtree Bluff series, but for some reason this one just didn't do it for me. I found it really boring, and I don't know if it's just I didn't like the characters and I didn't like the plot line of the story. Because I really liked the Peachtree Bluff series, and it's made me nervous to pick up books by her again because of that one. Because I was so excited for it. I pre-ordered it and everything, and then to be so disappointed and DNF it really hurt my feelings. But it was one that I felt like if I continued to read it, I would have been forcing myself to, and that's just not an experience that I wanted to have for myself. Then I also had Sold on a Monday last year. I was trying to read it for my historical fiction readathon that I was hosting that no one participated in but me. This one was a book about a man who took a picture of these kids who had a sign that said children for sale, and he was finally going to get his like cover on a newspaper and like his cover story on a newspaper, and then like something gets spilled on it, so he has to like figure out what to do. So he like recreates the photo, which obviously causes lots of problems. And I just found myself extremely bored, and I didn't care. And I think I only got like 30 pages in, and I was just like, and I like traded for the book too, and I just like didn't care, and I DNF'd it. And then I like actually talked to somebody after, and I was like, they like told me how it ended or something like that. I was like, really? It just like went in a direction that like I'm super glad that I DNF'd it. And then The Girl He Used to Know, which is a complete unpopular opinion. This is a very well-loved book on BookTube and on Instagram, but for some reason I just like could not connect to our main character. I just found her extremely needy, and I know that a lot of people loved the male main interest because of the fact that he was able to like address her needs, but to me I just could not read about her. She just kind of made me angry, and I just didn't care about their relationship at all. And I ended up DNFing it. I read The Island years ago, and I think I gave it 4 stars, but it was like one of those 4 stars that I don't know if I read it today if I would still give it 4 stars. So I think that Tracy Garvis Graves is just not the author for me. But I'm glad that everybody else loves it. It just did not work for me. And then The Farm was one that I was like anticipating so hard. I was so excited for that book when I finally like was able to purchase it. I was like, yes, it's finally here. It's an adult dystopia, I'm gonna love it. And it's supposed to be about like this place that like you go to, and like you basically raise children, like you like birth children for other people, and like they take really good care of you while you're there. So obviously like dystopia and like people are controlling you, but I just found it super boring, and I just like didn't care. I think I got like 100 pages in, and I just like couldn't do it anymore. So those are the only ones that I DNF'd, which I'm like surprised that I didn't DNF more. I technically DNF'd The Boyfriend Project, but I did go back and listen to it on audio in November. So like I DNF'd it, I think in like August or something like that, but I did go back and finish it. So technically I would have had another DNF, but I found a new way to finish it. I find that I need to get better about just knowing when a book is not working for me. For the most part, though, in the month of January and February, we're only 2 months into the year. Last month, I had a phenomenal month where I basically gave everything 4 and 5 stars except for one read, and I gave it 1 star, and I should have DNF'd it, but in the back of my head, I was like, I paid full price for this book. I gotta finish it. Because I paid for it. But then this month, I also read a book that, like, I gave 3 stars to that I should have DNF'd from the get-go, and I, like, don't know why, but I forced myself through it. So I'm still working through the process of what it takes to DNF a book, because I feel like I need to be a little bit more shameless with the fact of just, like, if it's not working, I just need to nip it. But I don't know. Are you good at it? Like, what to you tells you that you should DNF? Do you give it a certain percentage? Do you give it till, like, you feel like you're forcing yourself to pick it up? Or are you the type that just kind of goes straight through and reads to the ending whether you like it or not? Like, tell me about, what are your ways? I feel like I'm in the middle. Like, I'm both. I still like to force myself, but I still also know when the book isn't working and will stop. So I feel like I do a little bit of both. So what are your DNFing habits? Let me know down below, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.